Season's greetings, Internet, and welcome back for another Oxleymations presentation. For today's particular video, if it wasn't evidenced by the title right down here, I'm going to be taking a look at the Grinch cereal. Because for whatever reason, 2025, this holiday season is the year of this guy. He's been freaking everywhere. I think it might be the anniversary of the Jim Carrey movie or some such. That'd be the 25th anniversary because I'm almost positive that came out in the year 2000. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section down below. But anyway, yes, there's just been so much Grinch stuff on the market. There's Grinch dolls are back, there's Grinch decorations, there's all kinds of stuff. There's the McDonald's collaboration, there's this. Who knows what's next? Maybe Grinch Pop-Tarts? Those could make a comeback, because I'm almost positive those were a thing back when the Jim Carrey movie came out. But I'm just kind of, grasping at straws there, trying to figure things out. So without further ado, let's actually get on to the cereal. Let's discuss this thing. So to start things off, I like the packaging on this. It's very simple. We've got this version of the Grinch, who seems to be very inspired by the Chuck Jones animated version of the Grinch. He's got like the little freckles going on. Moving this in closer so you can see them because the quality of my phone's camera, I'm almost positive you can't see them right there. But I know you can see them right there because I can see them right there. But he's got like the Chuck Jones version of the Grinch thing going on right there. And also, did anyone ever notice that he's kind of got like cat lips? They just kind of like come down and then loop around. Is the Grinch part cat? Is that what the issue has been? The reason why he's such a jerk most of the time? Alright. But yeah, it's got like this nice two-tone green in the background, almost like this thing is gift wrapped. On that note, if they were going for that angle, they should have printed a bow on this flap right up here. That would have made it just that much better. Because if they could put a bow on these gifts on the back, they could put a gift wrapping bow on the top. But then again, they didn't carry on that striping around the rest of the box. On the side panels and on the top and bottom, it's just one solid color of green. So the cereal itself is apparently vanilla flavored, sweetened corn puffs with marshmallows, or in Espanol, and I'm going to butcher this, so bear with me, corditos de maíz endulzados con malvaviscos. I'm not going to try that again. To any Spanish-speaking viewers, I am sorry, I just ruined that for you. Alright, and then on the side here, we have the nutrition facts / datos de nutrición, but we're not going to get into that yet, because there's still this on the back. We have the Grinch, Dr. Seuss, decorate the tree with glee. With an adult's help, follow the signs and cut along the dotted line. Cut out the faces so your photos have places. Tie a string through the hole that you see. Tape it together and hang on your tree. They were trying so hard to go for a Seussical kind of rhyme scheme there. They tried. They get the message across that you're supposed to, cut out the main shape and then cut out Cindy Lou's face and cut out the Grinch's face and then put your own photos in their places. But they were forcing it way too hard is what I'm getting at. Also, the way that the color process for when they were, adding color to the box really butchered the photographs that they had on the back there. My phone's resolution is not doing that any justice, but they are smeared and they are out of focus and they look weird. So yeah, you get this big, big decoration that you can cut out of the back of the box. What they should have done, I know why they did it this way, because they wanted to have kind of a photo frame, the Grinch thing that you could put on your tree. but they should have made like several smaller ones. That would have made such better use of the cardboard on the back of the box. But whatever, it is what it is. So anyway, now that I've spoken about the back of the box, which that is some pretty good illustration work, I'm hoping a human did that. I'm hoping that a person actually drew this and it wasn't just, yo, AI chatbot, I want you to draw the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who for me, and then just picked the best of the mangled imagery that comes up. Anyway, let's see. The Datos de Nutrition, aka the nutrition facts, there are about 11 servings per container, and the serving size is 1 1/3 cup, or 41 grams. Pardon me. I've been so tired lately. And the amount of calories per your 1 1/3 cup, or 41 gram serving, are 100 are 160 until you add 3/4 of a cup of skim milk, and it becomes 220 calories. Now let's see, anything else? Anything else of note? No, there's no cholesterol, 0 milligrams, until you add the milk. That's good. 180 milligrams of sodium, which is 8% of the product, which jumps up to 11 when you add the skim milk. The total sugars is only 10 grams. Oh, wait. And that includes added sugars, which is 10 grams. So it's 20% of the total product, which surprisingly does not go up when you add skim milk. And it's got 2 grams of protein. All right. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to see if this stuff has red 40, because that stuff... Oh, yes, it does. Right there. That stuff pops up in the most unexpected places, and I can guarantee that's in the marshmallows. Okay, so now that I've done that... Oh, and on the side of the box here, we get treated to what the cereal pieces look like. We've got the green spheres, the green crunch pieces, and then we've got the pink marshmallows. And it goes green, Cindy Lou, pink, Grinch. And of course the text that says enlarged to show detail in English and in Espanol. Which, by the way, the reason I was kind of struggling with the nutrition facts and stuff on the side is because that is also in English and Espanol. Calories, calorías. And like I was saying initially, nutrition facts, datos de nutrición. All right. So now we open the box. And then we pull up the bag. And we pull it open. So we can get our first whiff of this. And unfortunately, I'm fairly congested this morning. That's another thing. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what, but it is what it is. It's also, I think, part of the reason why I've been kind of, gravelly the entirety of this video. I'm doing my best, folks. So, okay, even with my nose being a bit stuffy, I can actually smell the vanilla. So I'm going to say that with this one, you can probably actually smell the vanilla over the cardboard. And speaking of the cardboard, they actually went out of their way to use, like, waxed cardboard. The kind of stuff they use to make paper cups for this. So it isn't just gray on the inside. It's actually that very white color. So now that we have the box open and we've gotten our first whiff, it's time to get out our handy-dandy cereal bowl mug. Let's give this stuff a taste. First we pour... Just enough. All right, now we set the bowl aside and we roll down that bag to preserve that freshness. Shove that down in and we fold the flaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da. Toss it on the floor over there. Oop, it fell over. And it thumped into the coffee table, so y'all probably just got to hear a boing for a second there. All right, and now let's try this stuff dry And since there's only 2 different individual pieces, I can make this very quick. So the cereal itself, not bad. It's got a nice crunch to it. I'd equate the mouthfeel of these almost to Reese's Puffs, not the flavor, but the mouthfeel. As it says on the box, they do taste like vanilla. So, kudos there. Now let's try a heart. Your standard cereal box marshmallow. Nothing really to write home about, but it's tasty. And now that we've done that, we get our handy dandy cup of milk, and we put the 2 together. Goigle, goigle, blup, blup, blup. Goigle, goigle, blup, blup, blup. Little blup, 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 little goigle, goigle, blup, blup, blup. And we'll stop right there, because we don't want any of the cereal pieces falling out of the bowl. And that's unfortunately a track record that I've had, that almost every time that I've poured milk into cereal, the cereal overflows and at least one piece, almost every single time will just pew and hit the floor. And I have to pick it up, and I get annoyed because I tried so hard not to have that happen. All right. So now, as usual, I was a dum-dum, and I left the spoon in the cereal, so I have to carefully extract it if I don't want to put any pieces onto the floor. Hey, I did it! All right. So now we carefully scoop out a spoonful, and we try it hydrated with the milk. Oh, hold on, let me get a marshmallow on there. Come on, get that one. I got to use my tongue for this, apparently. So, and I dropped a couple pieces of cereal on the floor, but I got the marshmallow. One, two, three, four. Still 4, but one of them fell on the floor a second time. Okay, so far that's it's decent. The cereal pieces basically taste like Kix. So the cereal pieces themselves basically taste like Kix. So it's green Kix with marshmallows, if you were wondering about the flavor. Which, honestly, is not bad. So when it comes to the Grinch Dr. Seuss cereal, I do kind of recommend it if you're a fan of Kix. You know, K-I-X. Do they even still make Kix? Again, let me know in the comments section down below. Do they still make Kix? But that's what this tastes like. Kix if they threw in Lucky Charms marshmallows. And I get the theme here, because, you know, the Grinch is green. And down in Whoville, on that day, they say, the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then he passed away because that is a serious medical condition. I know that didn't actually happen, but I've seen that someone wrote that somewhere on the internet, and when I saw that the first time, I laughed way too hard. Because if you think about it, that's probably just about what would actually happen. If someone's heart enlarged 3 times, it wouldn't be able to pump you know, it wouldn't be able to function properly, and then they would turn green and pass away. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, when it comes to the cereal, I do recommend it, like I was saying, if you're a fan of Kix, but if you're just a fan of regular Kix, not Berry Berry Kix, if that's even one that they still make anymore. I really need to do a little bit more research before I just talk. But anyway, yeah, I think you'll like it. Just be forewarned that apparently the marshmallows do contain Red 40, if you have an issue with that, like I do in high quantities. I've discussed it before, but for any new viewers, if I have too much Red 40, like say, if I'm drinking a soda that has a lot of it, like the Chucky Punch that they had this past year for Halloween, it will make me laugh like the Joker. Not quite like the Joker. I just cannot stop myself from laughing. Just it hits somewhere inside my body, and my body reacts by making my diaphragm spasm, and I just like that, and I just cannot stop. I don't know what it is, but my body reacts that way when I have too great of a quantity of Red 40 in my system. But with that out of the way, we're just going to wrap things up here by me saying a big thank you to each and every single one of you out there watching. Oh, you noticed my new sweater. I just picked it up not too long ago. Now I have 2 Christmas sweaters, and before I had this many. Okay, so thank you to everyone out there watching. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here today, y'all know the drill. Feel free to like, comment, and share this content with your friends if you think that they would like it. But with all of that out of the way, this is your old pal Oxleymations saying, viewers beware, and subscribe if you dare.